This is Renegade number one. Um, Today, I want to talk about um, the art of understanding life. I want you guys to go outside and to start talking to trees, communicating with nature. I think you have to learn how to have a personal relationship with nature. I think if you have a personal relationship with nature, you will have a better understanding of it. I think you start to embrace life differently. You start to see that, those small things that you used to value, they're not as valuable anymore because you understand everything now. You see things now. Nothing could change your mind about anything because now you know all you have is yourself. Me personally, I know how it feels for you guys to be, like I said, dealing with loneliness or depression. I know how that feels, but I honestly think if you genuinely embrace yourself, you have to live in your own. You have to live in your own mind, basically, to be satisfied with being in the confines of isolation. To be comfortable with it, you have to be really self-dependent. You cannot depend on anybody. You got to take all those sources and get rid of them. You know, sometimes you will rely on people as a source of energy, and me being an extrovert, or an omnivert. I call myself an omnivert because I can do both, and I like to understand both worlds. I can't just be in one world. So you got the intro world where you're within yourself, and then you got the X world where you you uh you depend on your energy from the outside. Your source of energy comes from people. Introvert, your source of energy comes from within yourself because you're comfortable in the confines of yourself. But really it's a gift for you to do both. It's a gift. And I'm not saying you talk to people every now and again. That's not what I'm saying. I could talk to people like I wasn't even introverted. You know what I'm saying? I could talk to people when I'm alone. After being alone for so long, I could do that. I could pick up. For some people they can't do that. Some people are socially challenged, and you know, um, it's just how it is for some people. But for me, I characterize myself as a person who lives in both worlds. You know, for some of us out there, you understand what I'm saying. And I said this yesterday. You are an individual that can't fit into any space. And I think everybody says, they're ambiguous, but in actuality, like I told you yesterday, they're one-dimensional people. I think we can't be so caught up in our own ego. You know, we cannot be egotistical to the point to where we can't see other people's viewpoints because once we cloud our judgment, or I think our ego builds a wall where it enables us to, or it disables us from seeing, how people really are and how humanity is. And really, you have to get rid of that. Are, you have to realize that in order to grow, you can't think you know everything. You understand? I don't know everything, but I do know this. I will find the information by seeking more wisdom, by continuing to, just sit down, read books. I bought two books, about 6 months ago that I need to, start reading more and just, imputing myself with more knowledge. That's all it is. I cannot refute knowledge. One, I think a person is done growing when they start to. A person is content with mediocrity when they refute the ability to grow, the opportunity to grow. And whether you trying to get a new job, whether you trying to get your degree in college, it shouldn't stop there. You should always be seeking wisdom, because I think a piece of paper or a prestigious job doesn't necessarily mean that it's the edge of learning never stops. Learning never stops. The more you learn, the more you earn. That's my motto. That's my saying. I think once we exclude ourselves from the tangibles of the world, or exclude ourselves from the physical world, you start to see life differently. And I want to bring up also the fifth dimension. And some will probably wonder, what is the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is, again, it's above the physical world. It's above the physical world. That's what I have to say. You don't live on Earth. You live on another. You are in another space. You know, it's hard for me to elucidate on what I just said, but I think for those who know what I'm talking about, they don't have a hard time understanding. You know, just me. I'm sitting here looking at the world from. Uh, I'm looking at the world from afar, and I see that most of these people are just they're just heedless individuals. They don't really they don't really have any desire to actually seek the truth. These are just people just trying to live, people trying to get by. And I think for me, it's depressing when and I think I can speak the same with you guys too. I think it's depressing when you have a certain level of understanding. When you have a certain level of understanding where other people haven't reached yet, it's kind of hard to communicate with people nowadays. You know, it's all about basic degenerate things. You understand? No one wants to no one wants to strive for anything different, man. It's just the same thing over and over again. Some people are too timorous to even talk to you. They fear learning something different. So you can't even really have a casual intellectual conversation with people, because you're gonna lose them within a matter of seconds. You know, and then on top of that, people don't people are too shallow. People don't want to see from the obvious anymore. So all you can do is talk to nature. All you can do is talk to yourself. All you can do is be with yourself. You know, tired. I know you guys are tired of just being around fake people. I know I am. And it's just, that's what the world is made out of. Fake people. People playing a role. Living in this matrix. Everybody's not meant to be your friend. Everybody's not even meant to even look at or acknowledge, unfortunately. Some people are just, they're just dirt, or they're just dust blowing with the wind. I had better conversations with trees than some of these people. You know, I had better times being by myself than to talk to some of these people, because some of these people are just corpses. They don't have They don't have anything flowing through them. They're just a bunch of transient, degenerate individuals. But ultimately, there is there's only an I in friend. There's no you in friend, which means that in the end, you have I, yourself, friend. You have, if you look at the word friend, you have I, and then you have in the end, you have a END, which means end. In the end, you have yourself. You have I. There's no you in friend because you got to look at it like this. And this is what I'm starting to understand. You know, when differences come to the surface, that will ultimately cause you to um, separate in the end. So I think friendships, relationships, they come and they go. Unfortunately, they come as the wind blows. One person may come into your life, and this is why you shouldn't. And this is something that I had to learn. You cannot invest. You cannot uh, latch onto a person immediately. You cannot expect anything in this world to offer you anything unique. You have to have low expectations. You know, just continue thriving, continue just seeking wisdom on your own, man, because no one's gonna give it to you. I can't even give it to you. But this is Renegade number one. I'm just gonna cut this video short a little bit, but I just wanted you guys to know that you guys, I understand the pain you're going through, riding it out. Continue remaining in solitude. Continue walking the earth. Continue seeking the truth. And not everybody can walk your path. Not everybody is meant to be on your journey. You understand? Everybody don't have a journey. Some people are content with mediocrity. Some people are content living in a world. Uh, and some people want to be encapsulated in a world of false false prophets and false identities. And you see the truth. You see the truth behind how people are, and you have to understand that. Um, like I said in the previous videos with my first impression video, a lot of people wear masks. A lot of people don't want to accept their true identity, their true nature. They are in denial. A lot of people want to fit in. You don't need to fit in. You are unique. You are not crazy. But this is Renegade number one. Stay focused, stay strong. Peace.